Yo, 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 yo. It's a real Hall of Fame. D-Line, tbkc, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. And the battle continues. Okay, let's talk dogs. Wow. A lot of you wonder what is the connection, and I just got this asked about breeding a pocket to an XL, and what would you be trying to accomplish? Has it happened before? Have I ever done it before? Actually, I have done it before in the earlier days. And really what was being done is that the XL was being added as a tool. They say tool. But what actually you're doing is you're trying to incorporate the size genetics of the XL dog, and hoping, and hoping is always the best word, that the low rider, sometimes dwarfism traits of the smaller dogs kick in and keep the dog short. Stop opening candy, girl. And a lot of times it's been effective. A lot of times bringing the height down has been something that's been effective. It seems like the gene to make a dog shorter in the American Bully is strong. It's very strong, because if you talk to people who messes with Suarez blood, the dogs can get smaller. It dominates big blood. It's very few short bloods, including my own, that can't dominate bigger dogs. If you put them to even, I've seen 22 inches, you know what I'm saying, put to 14 inches. And the 14 inches went out. Most of the kids come out on the lower end of that, 16 to 14 inches. I don't know why that is. I don't know why the genetics are so strong, but whatever the reason it is, it helps. Now, one thing that's on the flip side of that coin is the size gene. The XL size typically doesn't disappear even if you breed it to a shorter dog. So generally what will happen is those puppies will come out carrying a lot of the heavier traits and characteristics of the bigger dog. It can be, you know, it can work out great, but the one thing you have to do understand is when you do this type of breeding pattern, you may get the phenotype that you're looking for, and that definitely indicates a dominant trait characteristic up front. But, and this is the big but, also understand that even the dog that has come out shorter, even the dog that is not what you were even the dog that's come out shorter and the dog that you were shooting for height-wise has come out, he still has a strong capability of throwing a bigger dog. So when you go to the next level, you want to breed that that shorter dog that you were trying to get that has the XL size. You want to breed that to another shorter dog that carries a similar type of mass structure, and this is to more so lock in the phenotype. With that dog though, you also want to make sure that that dog is not of the XL nature, and that's how he got his size, even though he's shorter, like the dog that you would be trying to push. You want this to be a more stable dog, maybe even a standard dog that has been with standard genetics for at least 4 to 5 generations. This will help you continue to lock in the size and not let it grow. So now that's the median, but if you can, you would like to find another pocket that's short and thick to double down on the short thick genes. The median would be a standard. The last thing you want to do, whether the dog is a standard or a pocket, is to breed that dog to the XL pocket that you just created by trying to bring the height down, because what will happen is, if it has those XL genetics behind it, the original XL will activate the genes, and your work from the first breeding is going to be pretty much squashed. The dogs will get big again. You're doubling down on the XL genetics more. They might not get to the full size, and they could even get larger, but the thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to do that, because the whole purpose of you doing the original breeding was to get shorter and thicker. But you know, once you get that to the second level, you continue this process. So basically what I'm telling you guys is that yes, you can add the XL in for sheer size. Be prepared for this to be a 2-3 part breeding system, to where you're going to have to do multiple breedings to lock in that height and also lock in the thickness, and it'll come by doing light characteristics to the second half of the breedings, where you want to make sure that you're still picking dogs that carry a lot of mass, but also aren't as tall. Hold on. So with with all that being said, it definitely can be done, but it is a process, and I'll go back over that process. If you're taking the XL dog to the short dog, right? Out of that, you want to pull your shorter dogs, which typically, because you used an XL to a shorter dog, the shorter dogs out of your litter will carry more mass. When you get that mass, when those dogs are old enough to be bred, you do not want to go back to anything that has XL blood, like sort of up front on it, you know what I mean? So you're not pulling the XL 2 times and going right back to XL where you came from. The median where you would want to stay at is at least a standard, but the objective would be for you to get you a very thick little pocket that has genetics that has been pocket for a while, at least four generations, because that puts you at a low percentage. Now once you do that for 2 generations, you're locking in the phenotype. You're not blowing up the XL genes all over again, and you've broken down the blood that is not too closely put together, which would allow you in turn that if you wanted to go back to your original pocket blood to stabilize your genetics with more thickness, as you've doubled down on thickness genetics and a little more size genetics, it would be a great way to keep the look and the facial structure that you started with to go back to that blood after breeding it 2 generations to other bloods that carry more size. That's a way to go. It's a little more, we could go more and more into it, but that's the way to go. We've done it many and many times. It's similar to how Hallie was created, as Thug was a very, very big male. I said, hold on, and you're walking all over the seats. But Thug was a very, very big male. Shamu wasn't as big. Together they made very, very big dogs that had good conformation, but weren't oversized as far as the height. And that's just one of the examples. We've seen it work in many different ways. A lot of little rose breedings were to bigger dogs still, and because of his dwarfism gene, he was able to bring that size, more size, and keep the dog shorter. Roe had a very, very dominant dwarfism gene to where a lot of his offsprings actually were a lot shorter than he was. And that's something else in your breeding process that we'll talk about on another video, is understanding the stud that you're using and understanding what genetics that he pushes and why is his dogs being pushed out the way that they're pushed out. But with all that being said, man, God bless y'all. Much love. Peace.